A nurse said I was sleeping with my dad, so I got her fired. I was 19 and my dad was in the hospital after a bad car accident. Some drunk driver ran a red light and slammed into his truck. Broken ribs, concussion, internal bleeding. The doctor said he was lucky to be alive. Since my mom died when I was 12, it was just me and dad. No siblings, no other family nearby, so I became his full-time caretaker while he recovered. I'd been sleeping in that uncomfortable hospital chair for 4 nights straight, bringing him real food because hospital meals are basically cardboard, helping him walk to the bathroom because he was too proud to use a bedpan, reading him sports articles when he couldn't focus on the TV. That's when Nurse Brenda decided to get involved. She pulled me aside in the hallway on Thursday morning and said, "Honey, I need to ask you something personal. Are you and that man in there romantically involved?" I stared at her like she'd grown a second head. Romantically involved? That's my dad. She looked me up and down with this disgusted expression like I was lying to her face. Sweetie, I've been a nurse for 20 years. I've seen all kinds of inappropriate relationships. The way you two interact, it's not normal for a father and daughter. My blood started boiling, but I tried to stay calm. What exactly are you talking about? You're here every single day from morning until night. You help him get dressed and undressed. You sleep in his room. You feed him by hand. You hold his arm when he walks. Most daughters don't act that intimate with their fathers. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'm taking care of my injured dad who has no one else. What's wrong with that? She crossed her arms and got this smug, self-righteous look on her face. I've already reported my concerns to the hospital social worker and administration. Someone needs to investigate the situation before it goes any further. This behavior is highly inappropriate and frankly disturbing. I walked away before I said something that would get me banned from the hospital, but I was absolutely furious. The next morning, a social worker named Janet showed up asking all these invasive, creepy questions about my relationship with my dad, making him uncomfortable and confused while he's trying to heal from major injuries. Do you and your daughter share a bed at home? Has she ever touched you inappropriately? Are there any physical boundaries between you two that concern you? Does she act jealous when you talk to other women? My dad was mortified and embarrassed. He kept looking at me with this hurt expression like he'd somehow done something wrong by accepting my help. "I don't understand what's happening," he whispered to me after Janet left. "Did I do something inappropriate? Should you not be helping me?" That's when I decided Brenda needed to be destroyed. I started paying close attention to everything she did during her shifts, recording conversations on my phone whenever she was around, taking detailed notes about her interactions with other patients and families. Turns out Brenda had a long pattern of making inappropriate comments and false accusations about families. I talked to other people in the ward. Mrs. Walsh said Brenda accused her of lying about her insurance coverage and threatened to have her transferred to a public hospital. The Murphy family said she told them their teenage son was probably faking his injuries to get prescription painkillers. But here's what really sealed her fate. I noticed Brenda was constantly on her personal phone during her shift. Not just checking messages, she was having full conversations with friends, scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, even watching YouTube videos while patients were calling for help. One night, I pretended to be asleep in Dad's room and secretly recorded her ignoring call buttons for nearly an hour while she watched makeup tutorials at the nurse's station. Patients were literally calling out in pain and she just sat there watching some influencer apply lipstick. I also caught her stealing food from patient meal trays. She'd take bites of pudding, steal crackers and juice boxes, even eat entire cookies when she thought no one was looking. The final straw was when I overheard her on a phone call with her friend during her shift, talking trash about the family she was supposed to be helping. This one creepy family thinks their dad is so special. The daughter acts like she's his wife or girlfriend or something. It's honestly gross and disturbing. These people have zero boundaries and no shame. She was obviously talking about me and my dad. I took all my evidence to the hospital administrator the next morning. The recordings, photos, witness statements from other families, everything I'd collected over 2 weeks. They launched a full investigation that same day. Turns out other nurses and staff members had been filing complaints about Brenda for months. My detailed